Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe's Classic Video Games back with another cool pinball video for you this evening. Check out what we have got here. We've been working on this machine tonight, and we finally got it working. And it's such a classic that we figured we'd film a video of it. This is Bally's 1977 Evel Knievel pinball machine. One of the coolest early Bally games. Wow! This does not belong to us. The gentleman brought us this and wanted us to repair it, and we told him we would, and so we filmed some videos for him, and we've got it up and running. Now, we didn't go all the way through it. He had a solenoid issue that he had where it was blowing a fuse. We fixed that, and then we had an issue with the MPU booting up. We fixed that. And then we put a flipper rebuild kit on it and fixed that. And now it's all up and running and working. Everything's pretty cool. And it's a good looking game, so we figured we would film this little video. So check it out. Here we go. Now, those blue legs are not original, and the red bolts are not original. But, you know, the thing with the legs is they get all beat up. And they need repainted, so somebody repainted them blue to give it kind of a snazzy look to match the back glass. And I say, bravo! The original ones are more like this. We have this gray paint that we paint a lot of the legs. Originally, the Ballys would have looked more like that. We've got some other games turned on here, which is why you're hearing noise. That rapid fire over there has a fan in it that goes the whole time. But I love it. So this was right at the top of Evel Knievel's heyday. He was the man. So there are a lot of people now that do stunts and stuff, but what I liked about the way Evel did it was he was on this big ass heavy Harley, man. I mean, this was a heavy bike, you know. This was not a sport bike. The bikes they use now to do jumps and stuff, they're these little light things, and the engines have come a long way. No, he was on a big old heavy Harley Davidson bike he was doing those jumps with. Crazy. The guy literally was nuts. That's just the best way to describe Evel Knievel. But he's a cool dude. There's another game that Atari made called Stunt Cycle that is basically an Evel Knievel type arcade game. We've had one of those before too. Super cool games. Very basic. It's just a black and white game with little overlays on the screen. But you start at the top of the screen and drive, and then come down. There's little tubes at the end that kind of represent that the line continues. And so you drive and come down, and then you go over a ramp, and you jump over all of these buses. And the only thing you can control in the game is your speed. So you just control your speed so that you hit that ramp at just the right speed. And there's no thing on the screen that shows you your speed or anything. It's just you go by kind of the noise of the throttle. And if you hit it at just the right speed, he jumps over these buses. And then the next time around, it adds another bus, and then another bus, and another bus, right? Because that's reproducing one of his famous jumps that's right up here at the top of the back glass on this game. Look at that. And if you ever watch his jumps, they've done a really good job of showing it here. Now, I'm not a motorcycle guy, but you know, I can appreciate what he did. Look how they did the art on this. So here's the ramp, and here's the buses, right? And he did this famous jump where he jumped a whole bunch of buses like this. And look how they've done it. They've got, this is him coming off the ramp, and see, look at the line of it. I love looking at the art and how the artists chose to do what they did, right? So look at the line. So he's kind of straight, right? And then he gets a little farther, and he's kind of straightened out. And then what happens? He's throwing this damn bike through the air. There's nothing propelling him through the air except how fast he came off the damn ramp, right? So look how they did this. So he's up, and then he's kind of straight, and then what happens? The ass of the bike starts going down because of the weight of it. And so if you watch those old jumps, this is the iconic Evel Knievel pose. The weight of that thing is dragging him down, and is he going to make it? Maybe. Or maybe he's going to wreck. Right? You never knew. The guy could have killed himself at any time, and he almost did. When he jumped those fountains was, good Lord. if you don't have a strong stomach, don't even watch some of those jumps, because I mean he wrecked a lot, right? Yeah, he was just a cool guy, very outspoken. Pennant Fever wanted to talk to us. Very outspoken guy, but I just loved how he was. You know, he's just crazy as hell, willing to try any damn stunt pretty much. And he you can look into his life and come up with some bad stuff if you want, but he said that he wore white all the time because he wanted to be against drugs, kids. And he wanted to show everybody that you can stand for good things. And he was a Christian and he was against drugs and all that. You know, I just liked that he had the balls to be so outspoken about stuff like that. So, but a very, very cool machine, very iconic 70s theme, you know, that has a lot going on for it. And then on top of that, it's pretty damn fun. I mean, at the time, Bally was doing just a bunch of different designs that were all fairly similar, but they're fun. It's just a fun game. I was talking on the last video that we did. This one's awesome. Matahari's awesome. Just fun to play. One of my favorites is Knight Rider. Let me go show you that. But these 70s Ballys were just so cool. So I've got an EM Knight Rider up here. And you can notice that, you know, the layout's very similar. Mainly, you've got these two spinners, one on each side. You've got your 3 pop bumpers in the middle. You've got a saucer up there in the middle. You've got drop targets on this one. They're on both sides, but on the Evel Knievel, they're only on the one side. And then, you know, your standard layout at the bottom with the in lanes and out lanes. This is kind of the perfect pinball layout, you know. I mean, you can do it different ways, but this is kind of it. If you don't have fun with this, you're just not going to have fun with it. This is a fun game. There's nothing super special about it or anything. Oh, and the back glass. Bally's Knight Rider. So this was kind of a play on Smokey and the Bandit, you know. I don't know if Smokey and the Bandit had came out yet. If it did, it would have been right around that time, right? So the truck driver's running from the cops. The Smokey and his little Plymouth Duster there. the Smokey the Bear or whatever. You know, it's like a CB radio game basically. So maybe this was first, and Smokey and the Bandit ripped it off. But all of these freaking Ballys are just fun, man. Now Williams was a little more creative. They came up with some pretty crazy stuff, but Bally was just raking the money in. They were just, you know, repeating the same thing over and over again, and it was awesome. So you see, it's kind of the same layout, a little bit different, but a lot of it was just art, you know. Things have been tweaked a little bit, but very, very fun game. So let's look at the rest of the back glass here. So it's got this mirrored back glass. They silk screened a mirror, which is, they did that for a while with the glasses, and it just has that 70s rock band kind of look to it. You know, just super freaking cool. But really, you know, we're talking about 1977, but look at this damn back glass, okay? Let's just stand back. Look at it with fresh eyes. You've never seen it before. Look at this back glass. How do you know that's 1977? First of all, it's in perfect shape. The line art is excellent. It's colorful as hell. It's got this beautiful glass mirrored effect on it. You know, it's held up. It's held up. It's 43 years old and looks freaking awesome. It still looks cool, you know? And it's not because we've waited long enough that this has came back in fashion. No, this has never went out of fashion. Or not fashion, but this has never went out of cool, you know? This never got not cool. And you can't say that about everything, you know? This shit has held up. That's just what it comes down to. So you got the chick on the back glass. This is just a gratuitous chick. Now, I don't know that there was ever a chick involved with the jumps other than watching them. So there was no real reason to put her on there. But thank God they did. And then all of the scores have this little chain going around them, you know, like a motorcycle differential chain or whatever they call it. Is it the differential? What do they call it? I'm not a motorcycle guy. All I've seen is American chopper. Orange County choppers. That's all I know. That's it right there. Whatever that covers. It's like a bike chain, but that'd probably piss off all the motorcycle guys if I said it was a bike chain. And then Evel's iconic #1 with the flag and everything on it. And just the way he spelled his name. What in the world? What in the world? Was that his real last name? That couldn't have been his real first name. Right? And then if you look, the flames coming out of his exhaust pipes are, you know, exaggerated over the bottom of the glass and everything. And there are all these little mirrored stars all over the place. Just freaking pinball on steroids. Nice little line art drawing of Evel himself. Looks just like him. Fantastic. And it says Ferris Gayton. So Ferris would be Paul Ferris, one of the Bally artists, who was, of course, fantastic. I don't know who Gayton is. I assume another artist. But love it. Absolutely fantastic. So let's look at the playfield. Oh, and then it should also be noticed they did a very respectful job with the stencil on the side. That's fairly complex, and if you don't know, the way they made these, they painted the whole cabinet white, and then this was like a cheap plywood. Okay, they didn't use like cabinet grade wood. It's just a cheap plywood. I was trying to see if I could see anything in it to prove that. If you see that, those are imperfections in the plywood. That's not damage. Okay? That's probably damage, but yeah, see that? See under the paint, all of the texture? That's imperfections in the plywood. It's just cheap plywood. It's not cabinet grade anything, just cheap plywood, right? And so they painted it all white, but then you would notice all of those little imperfections if they left it like that. So they then painted it with what they call a splatter paint, so that it has all of this, it's kind of like a grayish brown on this particular cabinet. See all that? It's all over everything. And that's a really old idea that they did for a long time. The way they did that was, you know, they have a painting, whatever, I don't know if they had a conveyor belt or they were pushing them around on carts or whatever, but one person would have a spray gun with the nozzle messed up on it, so that instead of spraying a nice clean fan, it would just spit paint all over it, and they would just spray bomb this thing with that screwed up nozzle. Or I guess it's not screwed up, they must have a way they can make it do that, but it would just throw out these globs of paint that just landed all over everything and got it all over everything. And then after that dried, or maybe even before it dried, they went down to the next area. And let me see if I can figure out what the next color must have been. The next color must have been orange. They did the orange next, because I can tell by the way it's overlaid. So then they had a stencil that they hold up to the cabinet, and so some dude just stands there and holds up a stencil to the cabinet, big piece of wood or something, or maybe even metal. Hold it up to the cabinet, and then somebody else sprays it orange, and then you take the stencil off real quick. It's quick and dirty, people. They probably did this in, 10 seconds. You take it off, and now the orange is on there. Now, if you look close, the orange is thin in certain spots, and you can see the splatter paint underneath the orange. So see how there you can see it, but up here where it's a little thicker, it's a little harder to see. That's because it just shows you that the splatter paint was first. So you're like right there. Right? So then they go to the next guy, and he has a blue one, and he probably tried to, or her, could have been a woman. Actually, a lot of the factory workers in these pinball places were ladies. So they line up the blue one and get it just right, but they didn't get it perfect. So if you look, there's areas where it overlaps a little bit. It's not perfectly lined up, but they got it pretty good. Right? So it's a pretty damn good stencil. It looks great. It's pretty complex, and you can tell that's Evel Knievel. If there was nothing on it saying his name, you know who the hell that is. You know, they did a good job, man. Fantastic job, really. I mean, really, would you want it any better? You know, would you want it the lines any sharper? So look right there. See the overspray? The blue, the top of the blue, how it's thin? That's where they didn't have the stencil all the way against the cabinet, so a little bit of the air sprayed around the line and got past it. But little stuff like that makes it look right, you know, so it looks right. Then they go down the line and somebody puts a serial number on it. EEK 5560. And the same on the back box. So, fantastic job on the stencil. All right, so let's look at the Playfield. It keeps going, folks. It keeps going. So it's dominated by this big bonus ladder in the middle. That's Evel's big #1 logo that I guess he had. Or maybe they invented it just for this game. I don't know. I don't think so, though. And you've got 3 figures up here on the Playfield. You've got Evel on the bike here, which is a little different than the one on the back box. And then you've got Evel going through the spinner over here. Kind of a top-down view. Looks like he's... What's it say? I can't tell what it says on his gas tank there. Unfortunately, the Playfield's worn. Maybe that was something that everybody knew was on his gas tank back in the day. You got to remember, in 1977, he was like the big deal, so he had a lot more fans back then. You've got a gear up there at the top that says Super. His iconic script for his name, and then this one here of him just standing there looking majestic. Look at him. Looks like he just had a beer. Got the cape on. Man, fantastic. And then up here, same thing. A couple of them just tearing it up. And then of course, who can forget the 2 ladies on the slingshots? They're probably more famous on these slingshots than any other part of the game. They've got the Evel Knievel t-shirts on to show their support or lack of. Look at this damn thing. Look at it. Look at it, folks. Now, we didn't do the whole thing, so the Playfield's got some wear on it that's pretty rough. It looks like somebody's probably touched it up with some white paint or something, or whatever. For this title, it's pretty typical because the deal is they played the hell out of these. This game got played a lot. People love this thing. I'm surprised that this is in such good shape. I've seen these where this entire thing is worn away. What happens is that one of these will get sunk or raised a little bit, and the ball will hit it and start chipping it around the insert, and it'll just get worse and worse. And if it's doing it to all of them, it'll just slowly chip paint away until there's a huge section that's just bare wood with the insert still in it. The worst I think I ever saw was a Harlem Globetrotters has like a whole... Is it Harlem Globetrotters? I think Harlem Globetrotters. I can't remember exactly what they have, but they've got a bunch of them right here that wears pretty bad. And then another one that I just remembered that was also a fantastic early one, Strikes and Spares. Strikes and Spares was fantastic. And then who can forget 8-Ball? 8-Ball, awesome game. So these early Bally's were just, they were knocking it out of the park with every freaking game, it seems like, unless there's a couple I'm not remembering that were real dogs. So yeah, it's got a lot of wear. There's really no way you can fix that just because of the nature of the wear. If you look, see how you can see all these lines in it? They call that planking. It's all basically the top layer of the plywood has started cracking, and then all of those little circles are ball swirls. So as the ball goes over it kind of grinds dirt into little cracks in the paint. You could probably clean it up a little bit, but really you're not going to end up with anything that looks any better. You can see where the paint's missing over here and a lot of, just on a lot of those lines. So how could you fix that? You've probably seen me touch up games. You could touch it up, but it wouldn't really look much better. You could a little bit, but you'd never get it where it was really nice. You could put an overlay on it. So to put an overlay on it, basically you take everything off of the playfield, and then you you try to get the playfield as flat as possible. So some people even sand it flat. Take everything off the playfield, even the switches and the light bulb sockets and everything. And then there's a big sticker that sticks over the entire freaking playfield with the art on it. And then up here at the top, the way they usually do it is this will be like a printed wood grain, and it'll stop about right here. They'll probably stop it right there underneath that guard so you don't see it as easy. But there'll be a place right there where the sticker turns back into the original playfield. You can do that, but if this was my game and I was worried about that all of that wear, this is an excellent candidate for a brand new playfield. I don't know who makes them. I don't know if Classic Playfield Reproductions, Classic Pinball Reproductions, I guess they're called now. I don't know if they ever made one, but usually a new playfield will be $700 or $800 for new wood, but they're perfect, And then to swap everything off this one, remember you got to do everything on the bottom too, top and bottom. We did a video of I think it was a Lost World, or it might have been a Kiss. We did a video where we swapped a playfield and one time, and it takes a long time. But it would be worth it because you're starting with a game with an excellent back glass that's still in great shape, and the cabinet's pretty nice too. If it had a new playfield, be fairly collectible. This is a good one to build on. But what I would advise is just playing it like it is for now, and then maybe down the road doing that if you decide you want to take it to the next level. But you can do the overlay too, but you'll always tell it's an overlay. So if you're going to do that, people put overlays on them, and I'm not trying to knock anybody or anything, or I've put overlays on them, right? I've had some with big old worn areas, and I put an overlay on it. This one, in my opinion, has not gone far enough to put an overlay on. Because, yeah, this sucks, right? But everybody that plays it knows this is a 43-year-old game. Everybody knows this is from the 70s. Nobody's going to, And who gives a damn what people think anyway? Like, who are you trying to prove that it's really nice to? You know what I mean? So, there's really no reason. If you can live with it, live with it. But my whole point is, if you put the overlay on it, you'll always be able to tell that there's an overlay on it. So it'll never look right. It'll always look a little off. Well, hell, right now it looks a little off, but it looks original. Leave it. Save the money, Now, if you put a brand new playfield in it, that damn thing will look nice, and it'll look like it originally looked. Go for it. But it's a lot of money and a lot of time. Okay, so that's all I can think of to talk about. Now let's do the instructions, and then we'll play it a little bit. What do you think? Oh, by the way, I've had people say before, "Oh, you talk too much on the video." Well, if I talk too much, fast forward the damn video. Duh. Why do I have to remind people to hit fast forward on the video? If you don't want to hear me talk, just go watch the part you want to hear. Or go watch somebody else's video. That'd be alright too. You've never seen any of those comments because I delete the hell out of them. As soon as they say something that weekend, ridiculous. Okay, instructions. Insert coin. We don't have to on this one because it's on free play. By the way, like I said, I didn't really, I didn't do any of the cosmetic stuff on this or anything, but it does have a new MPU board in it, so, and a new rectifier board too. Insert coin. Making right side targets, CLE, lights the center bumper to score 1,000 points. Targets score 500 and advance the bonus. So they'll move this bonus ladder up every time you hit a target. Plus you get 500 points. If you get all three of them, it gives you 1,000 points. Now what in the world does CLE mean? Cycle, motor, cycle, CLE? That must be a evil thing I don't get. Making cycle lights the outlanes to score special. Okay. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's what they're doing. So it's CYCLE. So if you get all 5 of them, including the 2 top rollovers, it lights the outlanes to score the special. Now on these old machines, the special usually was a free game, but you could set it to be points or you could set it to be a free ball. I don't know what this one's set on. 2 replays for making super. How do I make the super? Oh, in the middle there. So as you hit that target, I guess maybe whatever the arrow is on. It says 300 and spots super. We'll have to see it. Maybe whatever the arrow is on, it gives you that letter. Knocking all targets down lights the spinning targets alternately to score 1,000 points. Okay, so knocking all these targets down, which it drops. Each one gives you 500 and advances the bonus, and it will light the spinners to give you 1,000 when lit. Maximum 1 extra ball per ball in play. Tilt penalty is the ball in play, and at the end of each ball, you collect the bonus. So it's whatever you build it up to. Okay, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play it and just smack the crap out of the ball, and we'll see what kind of score I can get. What do you think about that? We are back. To all the people that skip forward to just the gameplay, we were just talking about how much we appreciate you. Suckers! I should also mention, since I was just ranting about that, that I am not a very good pinball player or an arcade game player. That's why I'm never in the video. I'm not the subject of these videos, people. The game is. We're talking about how cool the game is. It has nothing to do with me or how if I can play good or any of that. No, we're talking about the game. The game. So this is a 1977 Evel Knievel. Let's play it. This is before they had soundboards, people. They're still on chimes. All right. We rebuilt the flippers, so they're nice and strong, right? So here we go. Boom. So, a lot of games that have that target right there, you'll get that a lot. If that target's bent, it's usually the little support behind it. Yeah, this one looks pretty good, but if you've got a target right in the middle, you'll get that a lot where it hits the glass. I have never, ever, knock on plywood, I have never heard of a pinball breaking the glass like that. It'll hit the glass, it might nick it or something, but I've never heard of it shattering the glass. So it's really nothing to worry about unless it just bugs you to death. Ooh. We're not getting much flipper action yet. What the pop bumpers are immense. Woo! time it was off the little bumper there next to it. I can get a good little thump on it. I want to hit one of the spinners. I like the spinner shot. I'll tell you what, on this particular game, the outlanes are pretty forgiving, except for that time. Usually when it gets over there, you end up kind of getting the luck of it, and it comes in the in lane. And some of the light bulbs I think are burnt out, but we're fixing this for a customer, and stuff like that he's going to do. So we were just working on getting the thing to boot again and rebuilding the flippers. Man, it is all over that glass off that middle target. This is just our warm-up game, folks. We're just seeing how it plays and what there is to see, what we need to watch out for, what we're shooting for. So did you see at that time? It was off the... I'll tell you my opinion. I'll tell you what I think's doing it. I think it's those black rubber rings. Now, before you snicker, I think that's what it is. If you look, there are two black. You can't see because the lights are out. I'm not turning the lights on, but you. There are two black. Let me lose this ball and then I'll show you. Oh, that was a cool. Yeah, that's what's going on. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Thought this game was going to be a dog, didn't you? If I can hit anything. Did you see that? I hit the red target and it did not pop up to the glass. Did you see what just happened there? We got 113,000. If you look, you can't really see it. It's too dark, but rewind the video, you can see it. Right here on each side of this target, somebody has put a black rubber ring on there. The little posts are black. And right here on this spinner, there's a black one. And then right up here on this spinner, there's a black one. That should be a little white one. And you say, oh, what's the difference? I also noticed the flipper rubbers are black. The reason that operators use the black ones is because they last longer, because they're a harder rubber, and also because they don't show dirt. So they actually have a different bounce property. So when I hit the target right on the red target, it did not pop up and hit the glass. When I miss it a little bit, I hit the little black rubbers, and they're making it bounce up and hit the glass because it just has a different bounce property. If you hit the white ones, they absorb a little bit of the momentum. So I think it's because of those black rings. And I did it over here too, and I did it over there too. So all four of these black rings, I've hit them, and it's hit the glass. So that's my theory, at least. We'll try it out. Whoop. See, you hit the red one, you're cool. But if you hit one of those ones beside it, it pops up and hits the glass. Hit the red one. Hit the red one. Hit the black one. You see what I'm saying? Hit the black one. Yep, it's the damn, it's the black rubber ring is making it hit the glass. But there's a lot of games where that center target does make it hit it, but I looked at that one and the little bracket behind it's not bent very much, so. Ooh. Holy moly. Those freaking spinner shots are awesome. Let me see if I can make that left one a little more. It just, the game flows really well. Ooh, missed it. I'm going to play it here in a second with the lights on for a little bit so you can see it. Got the little assist. Such a smooth shot, man. Just, it's like butter. It's like butter, people. Look at that. It's just cool. You see how I'm going through do you see how I'm going through the saucer at the top from time to time, and the ball doesn't land in the saucer? Ooh, not quite. Well, I'm winning me some free games on this one. It's on 5-ball though, so that's cheating a little bit. I usually put them on 3-ball, but like I said, it's a customer's game. See, I went through the saucer and it didn't stop. The reason that, also that fourth drop target's bricking a little bit. Every once in a while, whenever you hit it, it doesn't drop. Like right now, it's about half down. The reason that it's not always stopping in that saucer is because of the slope of the playfield. I don't know if I mentioned on this video or the last one, but this gentleman has it up pretty steep, and I like it like that too. I usually have them real steep like this. But whenever you do that, it messes with the saucer on the top of the Bally games. Well, any of them that have it, but the Bally's, a lot of them have that saucer. So what happens is the ball is, since it's steeper, it's just not, that lip, the front lip of the saucer is down a little bit lower, so it's easier for the ball to roll out of it. So if you were to make the game more flat, it would completely, see, it landed that time. It would completely change the way it plays because you'd land in that saucer more. The ball would come down the playfield slower. But I don't like it. The ball would go up the playfield faster even. But I don't like it like that. I like playing it where it's fast as heck all the time. All right, one more game and then we'll call it quits. That was 170,000, but it's on 5-ball. I'm gonna make the guy a little list of stuff that he might consider updating. Like he might want to swap those little black rubber rings. I think that's a big part of his problem. And then also he's got some light bulb issues that I think could be fixed by just replacing all the light bulbs. I think some of them are burnt out or they just need twisted around in the socket or whatever. See what I'm saying? I got the lucky bounce on the outlane. But not that time, but that time I got the special. So that special just gave me a free game, but this thing's on free play because it's for home use. So you'd be better off changing the special to an extra ball and make it more fun. So now, you know, I got a free game. But what do I care? All the games are free anyway. But if I got an extra ball, I could get more points. It'd be kind of cool, you know. That's a setting with the dip switches. Some operators didn't want you getting free games. That's one less quarter. What a cool game. It just looks cool, sounds cool, it plays really smooth. And this one's pretty worn, you know, this isn't even like a new one. It has little minor things, you know, like the ball hitting the glass and stuff. It's not even tuned in all the way, and it's still really fun. You know, just a cool game. Well designed. Got a lot going on. Yeah, see, when I hit the black ones, they pop up. See, that was the same thing. I hit the black one over there. The gentleman said he likes fixing stuff, so that'll give him something to fix. Little stuff like that he can tune it in and make it play a little better. All right, we're gonna play one more game just because it's so classic. I forgot to tell you what that score was. Those bumpers at the top that have the Evel Knievel, the red pop bumper caps, and they're the red bumper caps, and they say EK on it. Those are dead bumpers. They're not pop bumpers. They don't have the coil under it to pop the ball back. So whenever it hits it, all it is just a switch on the skirt under it. So that's why it's not bouncing around a lot up there. They slid it right past me. Ooh, about lost it. You know, when the ball jumps from flipper to flipper, sometimes, you know, like you pass it from flipper to flipper, it kind of looks like Evel doing his jump. Like that, see what I'm saying? Okay, so see that special light is out, that bulb's out, but you heard I got the special because this special's lit. Okay, ball number 5. That's the dead bumper I was talking about. Right down the middle. All right, folks, there you go. That is Bally's excellent Evel Knievel pinball machine. Now, if you're the type that you got to have ramps, of course you're not going to like this one. But if you're the type that enjoys old school pinball with a cool theme that looks awesome, then you're going to love this one. So leave your comments below. Let us know what you think about it. And they made a ton of these. I think it sold really well. There's a bunch of them out there. You can probably find one if you want it. But the price is going up, baby, because everybody knows this one's a keeper. This is also one of those ones that's got that you know, just the theme. You know, this is very universal. Even if kids see it and they don't know anything about Evel Knievel, they see the guy on the motorcycle. It just looks cool. It's got all the stars and everything on it. Looks awesome. Lights up well. It's got cool art. And then anybody that's old enough to know who Evel Knievel is going to be like, "What? You got a freaking Evel Knievel pinball machine? How in the hell?" So this is one of the keepers. So leave your comments below. Let us know what you think about it. We'd like to thank everybody that's been using our Amazon links. You've been blowing us up lately. Thanks for all of that. People have been buying all kinds of stuff on there. Big, little, medium, doesn't matter. We appreciate everybody that's been doing that. If you don't know about that, basically we have links down below to Amazon. If you're going to buy something on Amazon, if you use our link to go there, they remember that and they say, "Oh, huh, Joe's Video Games sent those people here. Let's give them some of the purchase price." So they give us a little percentage of everything you buy. So thank you to everybody that's been doing that. We're not going to do a Patreon account or anything like that where we want you to donate us money or anything. Nothing against people that do that. Don't have any problem with that. But we don't want to do that. We're running a business and we make money selling the machines. And I made money fixing this one. So we don't need anybody to send us their hard-earned cash. But if you're going to buy something on Amazon, yeah, if you click the link, that helps us. That's cool. And also, we'd like to thank everybody that's been watching and subscribing to my brother, Donnie. So I have a brother named Donnie. My brother, Donnie. He's literally my brother, Donnie. And he has a channel where it has nothing to do with arcade games or pinball machines, but we're always over there having a lot of fun. Go check it out. One of the latest things we're doing is we bought an old grocery store, a little tiny one. Not a big one. We couldn't afford a big one. So we bought a little one. We bought an old grocery store that's all abandoned and screwed up and stuff, and we're fixing it up and cleaning it up so we can turn it into a rental and rent it to some people. So we've been working on that. Pretty fun. Hilarity has ensued. The videos are something like this. We walk in and we go, "Damn, this place is a mess. What is that smell? Oh God, there's rotting food here in the back. Oh, man, we got to throw all that away. I can still kind of smell it. You think it got on the floor or something?" It's stuff like this the whole time, right? So I'm going to check it out. Me and him are doing that. And I hope you enjoyed the video. We did 2 other ones of this one where we fixed it up. So go check those out if you love Evel Knievel. And give us a thumbs up again. Now, if you already gave us a thumbs up, you can give us another one. But remember, always give us an odd number of thumbs up. Try it out. You'll see what I'm talking about. We'll see you on the next video. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight.